Hello YouTube. Just want to do a quick little video and give some details about the competition that I'm going to be doing, should be doing on April the 25th. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow and then another one on Thursday, so I'm going to see what they say first, and then I'm going to sign up to the competition. I've got to the 25th of March to sign up, one clear month. But I'm feeling better now, so it's very likely that I'm going to do it. I really want to do it. It's going to be very tough though. So it is on Saturday, the 25th of April, and it's going to be held at the Unit Gym, which is kind of like on the Essex Suffolk border. Going to be hosted by my good friend Jamie. I think it's the first competition he's ever hosted. It's a 5 event competition, and it's going to be a tough competition. Um, I've so it's just under 6 weeks to go. So I've kind of like written out a little plan for myself, like I'm going to do like a little 4 week peaking block and then like a week of deload in the run up to the competition. So hopefully by the comp I'll be able to perform at my best. Hopefully, but um, yeah, it's a heavy, hard competition. So the first event is a log press. So you have to lift the log from the floor and press it overhead for as many repetitions as you can in 60 seconds. And the log weighs 120 kilos, 265 pounds. So that's just under 19 stone. Um, and my prediction for that, um, I did 2 in training. When I did the competition in Cambridge, I did 2, nearly got 3, but I kind of lost my balance. But I'm quite confident I can get 3, maybe 4. Anything more than that is a bonus. If you've been following my videos, you notice I've actually been training at comp weight with the log. Um, when I did my last session, I did a 126 log, and then I dropped it down to the comp weight at 120, did a couple of reps. And I know if I'm quick, I can get a third one in. Hopefully on the day, I might be able to get 4. Fingers crossed. And then event number 2 is a deadlift, 260 kilos for reps. I've done 2 in training, but I think I can get 3 or 4 on that as well. Maybe 5. I'll see about that in the coming weeks. The bar that I was training on, though, which is the bar I think they're going to use in competition, it is a harder setup. It's more bendy, so I found it harder, but I've got a few weeks to get used to it, so it'll be interesting to see on that. So I do expect a few good reps on the log press and the deadlift, maybe 3 a piece on each event, maybe 4. We'll see. Event number 3 is the yoke. So it's 10 metres of drop and turn. So you carry it 10 metres, put it down, then carry it back another 10 metres, and that's done. So on the day, the comp weight is going to be 350 kilos. It's been a long time since I've touched 350 kilos on a yoke. I have done it before, but it was a long time ago. In the competition I did in Cambridge, it was a 320 yoke. So when I did my strongman training yesterday, I did a 286 yoke, and I weren't quite happy with the speed. It was a bit slow, but again, I'm going to bring the weight up in the coming weeks and try and acclimate my body and get used to the yoke. If I had more time, I'd probably have like a few easy introduction weeks, but I haven't really got time for that. So I've really had to just basically dive into this 4 week peaking block, and just going to have to do my best really. So I'm confident that I'll be able to move the 350 yoke. Whether I can do 10 metres drop and turn, though, remains to be seen. But I'm fairly confident I can do it. I think I'll be all right with that. Now, the last 2 events are going to be the toughest ones, and they're the ones that I'm going to struggle on. So, event number 4 is a 3 sandbag medley. So you have to carry 3 sandbags, each 15 metres, and you've got 60 seconds to do it in. That's the time limit. So you carry one sandbag 15 metres, run back, pick up a second sandbag, carry that 15 metres, and then run back and pick up the third and final sandbag and carry that 15 metres. And all that has to be done in under 60 seconds. On the day, the sandbags are going to be, the first one's going to be 130 kilos. The second sandbag is going to be 140 kilos, which is just over 300 pounds. And the third sandbag is going to be 150 kilos, which is 330 pounds, just over 23.5 stone. So this is going to be a really tough event. That's going to be brutal. And I'm kind of fearing that one. So when I did my strongman training yesterday, bear in mind this is only when I trained yesterday, this is only my first week. I'm only on week 1 at the moment. Only on week 1. Got to do 5 weeks. Although the 5th week should be a deload week. So I got 3 sandbags, and I thought obviously I'm not going to use comp weight because I want to make it easy for myself first and then build up to that. But for a while I've not been doing strongman events, and I did get a bit of a shock basically. I got a bit of a rude awakening on the sandbag and the stones. So the 4th event, like I said, is the 3 sandbag medley. So yesterday I made it 100 kilos, 105 kilos and 120. So these sandbags are lower than the comp weight. Even the heaviest one I use is still lighter than what the lightest one is going to be, because on the day of the competition the lightest one's going to be 130. So yesterday, there I am with 3 sandbags, 100 kilos, 105 and 120 kilos. And you can see the video on my YouTube if you go onto my playlist training for April 2026 competition. You can find it there. I only did the video today, so it's from yesterday's training session. You can easily find it. Search training for my competition sandbags. I think it's part 4. And I did the first one, did the first 2 sandbags, but I kind of underestimated it a little bit. I thought it would be easy, so I didn't put 100% effort into it. And the 120, the last sandbag, I dropped that before it got to the end. So that was a fail. So I regrouped. I had about 7 or 8 minutes rest. I thought, right, I'm going to do it again. Let's see if we can be quicker this time. Bear in mind, I've only got a 60-second time limit. So I picked up the 100 kilo sandbag, did that quicker this time. Run back, picked up the 105 sandbag, which is not properly full. So it kind of like bends, which makes it harder to pick up than it should be because it's not properly full up. So it's a 105, but it's hard for a 105. In some ways, the 120 sandbag was a bit easier because that's filled up properly. The 105 sandbag isn't. But I picked up the 105 sandbag, did that, run back, picked up the 120 sandbag, and just managed to do it. So on the second run, I was successful. I carried all 3 sandbags 15 metres. Only trouble though is it took me 76 seconds, 1 minute and 16 seconds. So I'm too slow. And that was a shock. I was expecting to do all 3 of them sandbags well under a minute. But instead of that, I was 16 seconds over. So if I'd have done that in a competition, I only would have been credited with 2 sandbags. I would not have been given the 3rd sandbag because I was too slow. I would have run out of time. Now, I've done better than that before, but that just goes to show that you've still got to keep some sort of strongman events in your training all the time, or at least give yourself time to get used to doing it again, because where I've not done strongman events, I'm a little bit out of sorts. So I wasn't happy with that. I did underestimate it. I expected to walk through it, and I didn't. And a bit of a shock, and I'm like, bloody hell, this is only week 1. This is the first week, and I'm struggling already. And if I can't even do them 3 sandbags in under a minute with those weights, how do I expect to get the comp weights? How do I expect to get all 3 of them comp weight sandbags in under 60 seconds? Lifting them fat bastards, that's going to be fucking impossible. Now, if I'm being really honest with myself, I've when it comes to the day of the comp, all three sandbags, I'm pretty confident I can get the first one's 130 kilos. I've done that before. I can carry that 15 metres. I'm about 95% certain I'll get that first sandbag. But then afterwards, I've got to pick up the 140 kilo sandbag after that and carry that. I would say, if I'm really being honest, 25% chance of me getting two sandbags. And getting all three, probably about a 1% chance, if I'm really being honest. I've got to be realistic here. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. You know, a sandbag medley, kegs and sandbags, doing them for a medley is absolutely lung busting. It really is. It just takes everything out of you. I can't put into words how hard it is. It is brutal. It is brutally hard. You know, you feel like you've been in a fight afterwards. It just absolutely drains you. And I just feel like I'm dying afterwards. I just want to like lay down. Even sitting down is not enough. I just feel like I just want to fall on the floor and lay down and just lay there for an hour. Sandbag medleys are tough. So what I'm going to do when I do the next session, I'm going to keep those weights the same. I'm going to use the same weight sandbags, 100 kilos, 105, 120, and just try my best to get it under 60 seconds. When I can do that, then I'll try and increase the sandbags. But at the moment, like I say, it's the first week, it's not looking good. I'm really going to have to try and up my game here. I wonder if, you know, I'm 44 years old now. Maybe my strength is deserting me, I don't know. I mean, I did the deadlift and 272 and a half, that £600 deadlift, that was harder than it should have been. So I don't know what's happening to my strength as of late. I mean, yeah, I've had some problems and stuff, but I really want to do this comp. So I haven't got a lot of time to prepare for it. I might not do well in the comp. At least 15 guys have entered that I know of. So if I can get 7th or 8th place, that's halfway. But I've got 8th place in November. I'd really like to better that if I can. I'd really like to better that. I mean, the previous year I got 5th place. But then a lot of the events suited me with that one, though, really. Because it was a farmer's hold, which I'm good at, and it was a sandbag to shoulder, which I'm good at. I didn't have to move with those events. So that really helped me. Whereas with this, it's a lot of moving events, and my strength is better than my fitness. And where it's strongman events where cardio is involved, that's sometimes where I'll fall down a bit. I mean, I do the rowing machine, I do the stairmaster, but at the end of the day, if you want to get good at medleys, you've got to practice medleys. You've got to practice what you want to get good at. Be specific with your training. So I wasn't happy with the sandbag. I did all three, but I was too slow. But like I said, I'll keep the weights the same. Next session, which will probably be next Monday, I'll go down there again, practice the events again, and see if I can have a better outcome this time, and see if I can have a better performance. I've got a week to rest up for it. I've got 2 light sessions during the week. I've got a light pressing session tomorrow, and then Wednesday or Thursday I'll do a light lower body. So hopefully that will help me recover, and then I can go in Monday and try and redo what I did yesterday, but try and do better, try and do it better, try and be quicker, try and get more reps. So the 5th and final event is an Atlas stone over yoke bar. So you pick up an Atlas stone and you chuck it over a yoke bar. The height of the yoke bar is 52 inches, which is just over 4 feet. So it's about 1.3 metres. And the Atlas stone weighs 160 kilos, 353 pounds, just over 25 stone knob money. And I've got to lift that. And I'm going to be honest, unless I really get a finger out, unless I really improve drastically in the next 4 weeks, I'm probably going to zero that event. I've got to be honest, I've got to put it out there. I think I'm going to zero the Atlas stone. I've lifted 160 kilo Atlas stone before, but I don't think I've lifted one to that height before. And then when I did it was to a platform, which is a little bit easier. Lifting it over a yoke bar is a little bit harder. So anyway, I practiced the stones. I went up to 110 kilo stone, and I thought, okay, I'll see how many reps I can comfortably do in a minute. So I lifted one. I did one rep. Then I rested a bit, and I went to do the second rep, and I just couldn't do it. Couldn't believe it. I don't know why. Really strange. I don't think it was a lack of strength. I think maybe it was just where I was tired doing the other events. So even if I do well in the other events, by the time I get to the active stones, I'm going to be knackered. I'm probably going to have nothing left, even if I can do it. But this is why I'm dividing it over 2 days though. So day one of my program at the moment is the log press, because that's going to be first, and then on day 2, that's when I do deadlift, yoke, sandbag, and stones. I do them in the order that they're going to be in the comp. Because it's no good doing 2 of the events on one day and then a couple of days later doing the other 2 events. I've got to practice it, how it's going to be in the competition. And when I go into the stones, which is the last event, I'm going to be fatigued. So I need to practice stones in a fatigue state. I need to do the sandbags in a fatigue state. That's why, if you look at my videos from yesterday, I did deadlift first. Then after that is the yoke. Then after that is the sandbag. Then after that is the stones. So I'm training the events in the order that they're going to be in the competition, so that I don't give myself a false sense of security. Because if I do the sandbags or the stones in a fresh state, I'm probably not going to be able to do that in the comp. It has to be done. I have to train it how it's going to be in the comp, so that I've got a realistic expectation of myself, and I know what I can roughly expect. This is yesterday was only week 1, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. I'm not happy. I will rep the log. I will rep the deadlift. I'm pretty confident I can do the yoke. I think I can finish it. 350 kilos, 10 metres drop and turn. But the sandbag, the first 3 events, I think I'll be okay. I'm probably not going to win them, but I will complete them. I'm pretty confident I'll complete them. But by the time I get to the sandbag, yeah, I'm pretty confident I'll get the first sandbag, maybe the second if I'm very lucky. I doubt I will get all 3. It'll take a miracle, and even if by some miracle I do manage to complete all 3, I'm going to be half dead at the end of it. I'm going to be on the floor, dripping sweat, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm going to be in a pool of blood, vomit, and tears. I'm going to collapse basically, and then by the time I get to the stones, I'm going to have nothing left. That is my prediction based on 1 training session, though. I am hoping that I will come in next week, do the second week, do week 2, and hopefully I will have progressed a little bit and the events will roll a bit better. I was in 2 minds as to whether to do this competition, because obviously I've had health issues, which I've gone into more detail about in the previous video, mainly with my stomach. But I'll say my stomach pain's pretty much gone now. I'm feeling better now. Not 100%, but I'm still going to do the competition anyway. Unless, of course, I go to the doctors in a couple of days' time and they tell me they want me in the hospital for an operation or something, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah. I'm going to be honest, I'm not confident at the moment. I don't have a lot of confidence based on my training session yesterday. I really thought I was going to walk through them sandbags, and I thought I only planned to go to like a 110, 120 stone just for the first week. I thought it's week 1. I'll do a 110 stone or a 120 stone. It'll be easy. I'll shoot through that, and then I'll make the stone heavier in the coming weeks, because obviously in the comp it's 160. But if I'm struggling with a 110 stone, 3 sandbags, 100, 105, 120, that's what I did yesterday. If I'm struggling with them lighter sandbags, what am I going to be like when it comes time to the competition? I'm going to struggle like hell. Right, so, but those are the 5 events, and that's my prediction. Yeah, it's not looking good at the moment, but we'll we'll see how next Monday goes. I'll do all the events again, and the only thing that's going to go up in weight is the yoke. Uh, Yesterday I used a 286 yoke. Next week I'm going to push it up to about 306. It's going to be just over the 300 kilo mark on the yoke. I'm quite confident with the yoke, but the sandbags and stones, I'm going to struggle like hell with them. I'm going to struggle. Yep. Yes. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. I'm just mumbling now. Waffled on long enough now. So yeah, I'm just going to have to train as hard as I can, and when the day comes, just have to block out the pain and just do my best. I can always sleep when I'm dead. So there we are. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Just thought I'd give a little insight into the competition, because I have had some people ask me, like, where's the competition, when is it, what are the events going to be. I've had a few people ask me questions about the competition, so I thought I'd address that here in this video. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye now. I'm going to go and get some food. Got to keep them calories going, got to keep my energy up, and then I'm just going to chill and relax for tomorrow's session, which is going to be a light pressing session. So I'll try and have a video out tomorrow. Okay guys, thank you for watching. If you're new here, please don't forget to like the video, and please consider subscribing. I normally do put out 3 or 4 videos a week, so people can see my training and what I'm doing. So right, this is me, and see you next time.